And like newer styles, two-step is very popular in England, drum and bass, that kind of stuff. Maybe breakbeat era. Is that something for you? Is it too heavy? Or
I know what I like. I know exactly what I like. I know what I want to do with music, and I'm not interested in doing anything interesting or whatever. I'm just interested. Well, it's not. I'm not interested in doing, but there is no credibility in doing stuff like that. That's why I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? To me, credibility is being able to do everything yourself. Being able to write everything and produce everything and just sing everything yourself, play all the instruments. That's credibility to me. And there's so many things that I would never do just because I'm not trying to say I'm too good for that, but I fucking am. Fuck all that. There's enough shit music around. There's enough shit music around. Just because everyone else likes two-step doesn't mean I'm going to do a remix that people can dance to. Although someone will probably sort that out for me, so I won't even know about it, and it'll just go out anyway. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. And what do you, even kijken, your album? Just one question about that. Your album sounds very natural, or very just. Are there a couple of one takers on it, or? Yeah, probably. That's always the way with me, where I sing something and then I'm like, right, okay, keep running, I'll sing it again. I'll do it 5 times and they'd always put the first one in. Oh, okay.
Always. Basically, I just challenged myself with the whole thing, really. I just pushed myself, and I'm very proud of the way it's turned out, yeah.
And how long did you actually work on it?
The first songs, the earliest songs that were written, I must have been about 16, so yeah, up till now, pretty much, yeah.
So it's like a best of, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the best of Amy Winehouse in 4 years. Yeah, the best of 4 years.
Okay. And you're from London. London is like a melting pot city. Yeah. Is it of any influence on your record?
Well, I'd like to think so. Yeah, I mean the album is really reflective of me, and I'm a real child of the city, you know. I really am a real city kid. So I guess that it's a typical London album. I hope so.
What's typical about London then?
I don't know. I mean, obviously the lyrics that I write are, it's similar to the way I speak. I write it like I would speak it, and obviously I'm from London, so I say a lot of London. I have a lot of London terminology that I guess that is different from the way you talk yourself and everyone here. Okay.
And you're from the north of London?
Yeah.
That's different, I guess, than the south. Can people of the south hear that you're from north, or how does it work? I guess so.
I don't know. You know, there's always been not a real divide, but you know, it's like North London people are like, I could never live in South London, and South London people are like, I could never live in North London. So I don't know. I don't think there's a real difference, but I think the South London people are probably like, yeah, she's all North London. Yeah, probably.
And you were very young when you started with the music. Did you do a lot of performances in jazz cafes or that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I was in a kind of youth orchestra band type thing, and I had a lot of little friends there, and we'd go and do stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I was working more. I had a full-time job by the time age of 15, 16. I left school and got a full-time job. I couldn't be bothered with school, so I was working, and singing has always been important to me, but I never thought, I'll end up singing, I'll be a singer. I just thought, I'm lucky that it's something I can always do if I want to. I will always be able to sing and write songs. I'm so lucky like that. But I didn't think it would be a career choice.
No, okay. Yeah. And is there actually a kind of scene of in London? Because you see all the smoky piano bars. When you think of jazz, that's the... Is there a kind of scene like that in London?
There's a scene. I mean, there are some beautiful venues. We've got Ronnie Scott's 100 Club and Jazz Cafe, and a lot of other wicked underground clubs that are in the making. I would love to open my own place like that. Oh. Yeah, that'd be really good. I'd have my dad come and sing every night.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad's a great singer, yeah.
Did he ever put any records out?
No, he didn't do anything with it. He sings in his cab. That's about it.
Okay. He's a jazz fanatic too.
Yeah, he likes a lot of vocal jazz. I think myself, my tastes are broader than his. My brother and I have broader jazz taste than him, because my dad really does like his vocal jazz, whereas my brother and I can get as much from instrumental jazz as we can from vocal jazz, if not more, you know. Obviously, with vocal jazz, there's already a singer there. With instrumental jazz, you can make up what you're saying, you know what I mean, because there's no singer. So yeah, my dad was influential in getting me onto Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett, but the real shit, that was probably my brother that opened the door for me like that. Like the first ever real CDs I went out and bought for myself. You know, not the first ever, but you know, some of the first stuff that I've kind of discovered kind of on my own. You know, that I got that through my brother.
Oh yeah, it's like Ella Fitzgerald and what was it, Washington?
Yeah, more Dinah Washington and Sarah Vaughan and Minnie Riperton and Tina Marie and those people. And
how did your children or youngsters of your age, how did they react? Because you listened to jazz. Yeah. It's, I guess, not that familiar for young people.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, no, it's not at all. You're quite right. Yeah, I think while I like jazz, while that was my music for myself, when I was with my friends, we'd all listen to the same stuff anyway. We liked all the same. We had all the same Pure Swing albums. We liked Salt and Pepper. We liked TLC. We loved when we were kids. I'm talking about really young though. Say again?
MC Hammer?
No, we didn't like MC Hammer. But we liked Salt and Pepper a lot, like real girls that we could go. Like TLC and Salt and Pepper were to us like proper real girls. Not like, you know, when I was 6 or 7, for me it was Kylie and Madonna, you know. But when I got a little bit older, like 9 or 10, I was like, they're not real girls at all. They're not real women. Salt and Pepper,
rough.
Real women. Yes. Yeah, just honest. Like Kylie and Madonna, it's like Madonna is a different thing, but Kylie, it's like I think she's a really bad role model for women, but that's
a little bit like Barbie, or
Barbie's a better role model for women than Kylie Minogue. Barbie is a plastic doll, and everyone knows that at the end. Kylie is like a show pony. She's like a My Little Pony.
Okay, that's a good quote. Talking about your album, Frank. One thing is very familiar about the album, and that's most of all the title. Why it's called Frank?
I guess it's kind of frank, like honest.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm just being frank about stuff, you know, like just being direct and not really giving a shit about what people might think or anything. So, so yeah, that's why that's called that. And then partly it's for Frank Sinatra as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, that explains a lot. A song that I really like is "Fuck Me Pumps." Cool. Yeah, I really like it. It's it's got a nice tempo on it, nice tempo and a beat on it. And where's the bar? I guess it's about one night stands, isn't it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, it's kind of my way. I mean, everyone says to me, how come, you know, you can bash men, that's cool, but you can't bash women as well. That's terrible. You can't talk about your own women, your own people like that. And I'm like, well, no, there are idiot women around. There are idiot men around. There are clever men. There are clever women around. And all Pumps is about is me being harsh to a particular type of woman. But I'm being harsh because it's like these kind of women pretend they're stupid or think they're stupid, so they act stupid. And you know, the kind of woman who will stay with a man just because she thinks she's going to get a wedding ring, even though she hates him. She'll stay with him because she thinks she's going to get an engagement ring.
Oh, okay. So they're playing like a role, and then they are like that role, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, just have to check my notes because there's a other song I really like. It was "You Sent Me Flying." It's a very good song.
Thank you. That's going to be released on the 4th or 5th of April. Okay. You Sent Me Flying. It's a double A-side with In My Bed.
It's a very. Was it a challenge to like? It's a 6 or 7 minute song. Is that right?
Oh God, yeah, it's a really, really long song. Yeah, that's always one when we do live stuff. That's always one. If we really need to kill some time, I'm like, "You Sent Me Flying." That'll kill 10 minutes, and just do "You Sent Me Flying." When you play it, it's the only. All the rest of the songs when I play them, they kind of fly by because you really stay in it. But "You Sent Me Flying" is kind of like, still going. It's a really long song, but
Is the live killer a killer song? I guess. Live, is it like a favorite song of the crowd? Like a pastiche?
I don't really know. All the crowd, they like "Fuck Me Pumps." They're always like "Fuck Me Pumps" like that.
But "You Sent Me Flying" is.
Yeah, "You Sent Me Flying" is a good one to fill up some time, to fill up some space, to make the set nice and plump. But I like "You Sent Me Flying." I like the bridge, and I like the key change, and I just like it. I called it Frank because Frank Sinatra is one of my heroes, but it really means frank, as in honest. And I always wanted to have a one-word title, like one word, one strong word, and I think it's a good strong word. I would say it is really beat-driven jazz. I would say it's jazz and hip-hop, which is what I was trying to do when I was making the album, and I think I did it. Always. For me, there was no other music than jazz, apart from hip-hop, that I could really grow with, because there's so much stuff around that didn't mean anything in the charts, Kylie Minogue, when I was really young, Kylie Minogue and Take That, when I was a kid. None of that meant anything to me. I needed to hear some music that I could connect to emotionally, with an emotional lyric as well as some nice music. There's so many artists that have been such an influence on me, but there's so many old artists that have been an influence, like Sarah Vaughan, Diana Washington, Minnie Riperton, but there are people now that I still can take so much inspiration from, Missy Elliott and Mos Def and Nas, Busta Rhymes. There's a lot of amazing people around. I'm not sure about why people are buying into an older sound right now. I think it's something to do with the pop idol thing that started 4 years ago or so, when they started to do a jazz section or a big band section. I think that's where it started for the whole public to hear it, but I think people don't want to listen to aggressive music sometimes. People just want to hear what they know, sung by someone young, and they want to feel young with the person, and I guess that's why people buy Norah Jones's records and Jamie and Michael Bublé. Everything is inspiring to me. Everything is inspiring. Everything in life, I guess what interests me a lot is the relationship two people can have with each other, and how badly that can get messed up sometimes when other things get involved. So, yeah, my album is primarily about my ex-boyfriend, who obviously I had a strong connection with, and then other relationships that I've had in my life, like with my canary, who I wrote October Song for, and my dad and my brother. It's all in there. I don't know, people have asked me that before, and I guess if I didn't live in London, then I wouldn't have made the album I made. I don't know why, I just maybe wouldn't have. But, lyrically, for example, lyrically I sing, like I would say something, and I'm from London, and my talk is from London, so I guess that's where that comes from lyrically. And the music, I don't even know, because I did it in America, but I always try and put my stamp on things. I want to do it my way, and I want to be different. And it's important to me to represent 20-year-old girls that live in London, and I guess that's what I've really tried to do. Stronger Than Me was, I wrote that for a man that I was with at the time, who I wrote a lot of the songs about, and we'd already split up a couple of times.